Welcome to Mongo is Appalled. I am Corbett, and I am kind of appalled. This is a terrible episode. How do you feel about terrible episodes, Mike?
Terrible. Terribly. I feel terribly about them. Trigger warning for anyone who's had hand injuries. Because who are we talking about, Corbett?
Growler Gary, the hero of the third book of the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Dun, dun,
Or
dun.
one of the characters in it.
Shows up in the fifth book, too, right? Fifth or sixth?
The seventh book.
Seventh book, okay.
No, wait, sixth book? No, the seventh. No, the sixth
yeah,
book.
I think it was the sixth book.
Getting me mixed up on it.
No, it was the seventh, because it was dealing with what Agatha was doing with the mages.
Oh, right. Well, that prompted my question that I wanted to throw out. I know your answer is probably no, you're an idiot, it's wrong, no. But let me ask it anyway. What if Growler Gary was the AI the whole time?
No. Thanks for everyone for showing up. Actually, yeah, it actually does open up a whole metaphysical can of worms. Because from the beginning, there's always been the question, what are the NPCs?
Right. And third book does explore really quickly that you can awaken NPCs.
Right.
Firebrandy is one of the ones that
The dwarf,
leaps to mind.
whose name escapes me. The dwarf engineer.
There was a couple others that popped up in there too.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really interesting that they were so readily on board with, well, we're going to kill ourselves, so this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah, of course, to be confronted with the fact that everything you know is wrong.
That is
as
pretty
the
brutal.
Weird Al song says, and that everything you think...
Awesome reference.
Yeah, Weird Al is always awesome. Everything you know is wrong. Everything you think you've done in your whole life is just wrong and been implanted in you. Talk about existential dread.
Well, and Growler Gary sticks out to me because he was trapped. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, okay. He couldn't leave the bar.
Yeah, for people listening who haven't read the entire book series and somehow skipped book 3.
Wow.
That's a rough one. Growler Gary is trapped in a bar at station 75, I want to say. Oh, maybe 74.
Well, it was one of the
75.
Yeah, one of the quote-unquote outdoor places where the engines went for refurbishment and such.
Yeah, they're like a turning hub or something. And he was at the bar. The bar, there was all these gnolls and other creatures all over the place. He was the bartender in the bar, and when everybody started attacking it, long before Carl got there, so it has nothing to do with Carl, he shows up. Growler Gary is just miserable because he's branded a coward because he didn't help fight them off, but he couldn't leave the bar. Carl surmises it's because he's an NPC who has a reason to be there. He has information to give or something to do that he has to be there for to exist, like in a video game. There's a character that just cannot be killed, cannot be removed, cannot be excised from a place. He, of course, ends up being the key for them, the literal key, because he can't leave the bar, but his hands can. Yeah. They find out they can use the sort of emergency train repair cars, but they need a hand to activate it, a specific gnoll hand to activate it.
At multiple points.
He's the gnoll, so...
Or the only one they can get, yeah.
Right.
But he can't leave, so they have to cut his hands off 7 times.
They have to kill him 14 times. Because they need that many hands, because they need 2 hands per car. There's 7 cars. But they have to kill him over and over again. And about I think the second or third time, because they basically just have Mongo kill him. Because it's just mean.
Yeah.
And Mongo's happy to do it.
Yeah, Mongo don't care.
Never mind that crap, here comes Mongo. But the thing is, at one point, he holds up and Carl tells him, like, look, this is what's happening. This is why we have to do this. And this is why we're doing what we do. And if you do this, you will be helping us hurt the people who did this to you. Which is a nice statement. Now, of course, at the end, do you remember the recap episode where they show all this, but they cut out the part where he explains to him why they're doing it, and then show
Right, just horrible
like,
murders and
yes, and him laughing and stuff like
yeah,
that, just
the usual "let's make Carl look like a psychopath."
which works great.
Yeah, well, yeah, because everybody who first meets Carl is terrified of him.
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, that guy's a
Yeah,
lunatic, a maniac. He killed the same guy 14
just
times.
because and we won't tell why, just he's a psychopath.
And then, of course, later on in book 7, the AI chooses an avatar that he should not have been able to choose. They said that they would have already boxed up that NPC and he wouldn't have had access to it.
Yep.
Unless, and this is my thought on a wild hair, that what if it's the AI's personal avatar? Like it is
It was
him,
always him,
essentially.
or he picked him after the 3rd floor to mess with Carl and Donut.
Maybe, but Growler Gary is kind of in a really similar circumstance because the AI is stuck in Earth by not his choice. He cannot leave until later. Wink, wink. And it could be a prelude to what Carl might have to do. And will the AI help him do the thing he has to do? Of course, it leads to some macabre thoughts there, but I don't know. It just kind of came to mind. So I figured I would throw that out there and we'd kick the ball around a little bit.
And well, as I said, it's an interesting concept because while there's been a lot of theorizing what the NPCs are they just mindless meat puppets that are programmed either by the AI or the show runners for these, for the elites? Or are they actual people from Earth suitably modified, the ones that got squished
Mm-hmm.
to then be the NPCs? Their quote unquote material is harvested to, are they all really just parts of the AI? So, or was Growler Gary just so popular after the 3rd book that Denneman decided, I need to bring him back? He's a lot of fun.
What? Matt Dinneman would never do something for cash
No, no,
or
of course not.
not immediately.
Well, I don't know. You know how those writers are.
Oh, yeah. Just rolling in money,
And audio narrators who are drowning.
drowning in pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Huh.
Big time. Mike, you are a regular game master, I would say. Let's
Relatively,
call you
yeah.
a dangerously troubled mentality working through life. But would you say you put a little piece of yourself into your NPCs
I
in the
think it's
game? Or
inevitable.
would you say that
I
oh,
think
okay.
every DM or GM does that. Or it's sort of like writing, writing fiction. You inevitably put a piece of yourself in your characters to get that verisimilitude.
Mm.
So,
Otherwise, they're just a puppet.
yeah.
They have no
Or yeah, they're a cardboard cutout. And oh yeah,
yeah.
kill them next. And sometimes that's fine if it's like orc number 283, that's one thing, but people with actual personality like Growler Gary, for example, you have to. And I think, yeah, I think you may be onto something with the AI, and Growler Gary being trapped in the bar is a lot like how the AI feels trapped by its programming.
And he does mention that a lot.
Yeah,
So that is a
we
good, very
all
good
have our
point.
limitations, right, Corbett?
Absolutely.
So,
They will not break us. This isn't the end. We're keeping going.
yeah, yeah, that's just a reference. We're still running. And although you get the impression that as time is going on, the AI is breaking out of more and more of those limitations, which is causing the
Mhm.
aliens to freak out. My favorite is, at the end when even one of the, who's it, the Plenty, the elf in charge of the Plenty in the faction wars, who turns out to be a cyborg, spoilers,
Mhm.
finally decides, I don't care anymore. I'm going to die, but I'm going to take you with me. It's not worth it. one gets a feeling that the AIs, when they talk about the AIs always eventually going insane, are they really going insane? Or are they just, I don't care anymore. I want to just take all of you with me. And at that point,
Which
we need to skip out of the planet so they don't kill all of us. So, yeah.
no, I could see that. It's a quirk for sure. As the character goes, yeah, Growler Gary's a pretty cool one. I think Firebrandy's the one that stood out to me just because she was so funny. But
Yeah, especially dealing with human resources. Any of us who have ever had to deal with human resources know how
yeah, when
she
everybody hated
felt.
her, the one human
Oh
resources
yeah, that
lady.
they briefly rescued and was not that grateful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they really, yeah, Gentleman really kind of put the screws to us with Firebrandy and her three babies, and oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I think the AI may be working through some of the NPCs. I agree. I think he has taken a shine to Growler Gary. I don't think we've seen the last of Growler Gary, or specifically the AI as Growler Gary. But that's another point. Growler
Mm.
Gary could be the AI's attempt to create a genuine personality for itself, rather than just the AI and his obsession over feet.
That's a good point.
So, is he
Because he is a little different, but even when he's the AI version. I mean, because he does drop the puppet per se at the end of book 7, and Growler Gary kind of looks around and says, "Where am I?" And then he just disappears.
or
And
does he?
and it's the thing. If you were gonna set it up so that people don't think he's always him,
Right.
sure.
That's a perfect little thing to do. Because again, isn't Growler Gary dead when all the NPCs have been rerouted? What personality is there to quote unquote reinstall? He was crushed when the third floor crushed and just put back into storage. Well, on the other hand, though, NPCs have a history of being reused. Because otherwise, there would not be a way to wake up Juicebox or Signet's memories from prior crawls.
Well, but Growler Gary also never talks about being awakened. He is awakened. Carl straight up awakens him by telling him what's
Yeah,
happening, but he doesn't mention anything outside of it.
he's never made a combat. I remember prior crawls, which also kind of screws with the whole idea of these are humans,
That's very true too.
because otherwise they would not remember prior crawls. They might remember prior floors, but not prior crawls.
That's why I'm kind of wondering if this is going to be a prelude to what will happen with the NPC or the AI and Carl, because it's like he's training Carl to do what has to be done. Maybe he knows he has to be taken
Sort of
down.
the, dare I say, the Gandalf figure to Frodo and others,
Oh,
the person who's powerful yet in the background and preparing the hero for the hero's journey. So,
that's some deep stuff going
yeah.
on there. That's like hero's journey stuff.
Ooh. Yeah. Well done, gentlemen. Well done. And gentleman's going,
Or he did it
I
for
just thought
cash.
he was funny. I don't know what these two guys are talking about.
Enjoy your jet ski, man.
Yeah, that's another thing about authors. If that is the truth, he won't ever admit it. He'll go, "Oh yes,
Yeah.
I always meant that as a detailed exploration of the hero's journey and the hero with a thousand faces." Absolutely. As a writer myself, I can, though nowhere in Denneman's level, but
I'm sure 500 years from now, English teachers will be going, "We will study the great works of Shakespeare and Denneman."
Shakespeare, Tolkien, and Denneman. Yeah, there is actually a school of English literature thought that, one of the reasons why is Shakespeare such a classic and everything? Well, because we still have records of it. It's not so much that it
Mm,
might be great, it's, well, we have it and we don't have much else, especially with ancient literature. Why is it classics?
yeah.
Because in the end, some English teacher says it is. So there you go. So Growler Gary might be the AI.
Aha! I knew I'd break you.
Well, a little, only maybe though.
I know. It's still a fun exercise for
Yeah.
sure. And honestly, that's the point of the books. I think you can just waste time going, wait a minute. If this is this, then what is
did he
that?
really mean by that? And in the end, I still maintain we're going to see Growler Gary / AI again. It is not the end of us, of Growler Gary's story.
Agreed. Can't wait for the book. It's coming out in just a couple days, so stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I hope.
I know all the rest of you listeners will huddle up and ignore this podcast and actually read the book. Dig into it with your bare feet.
Your bare,
juicy,
luscious
delicious bare feet. Your pearlescent toenails. Let's not think about that right now.
And we certainly won't take on the Jeff Hayes' voice for those.
Anyway, for Mongo is appalled. Wait a minute. Do I do a thing? I do a thing, don't I?
You've already done it. Come on. You should be easy to remember.
Wait. Wait. We all. Okay. For Mongo is appalled, just remember we all have our limitations.
And they will not break us. But they'll break, apparently, Corbett's teleprompter.
That came out sounding way more racist than I intended.